Morning, Cibolo Valley. We hope and pray all is well with you. I'd like to continue talking about one of the Beatitudes found in Matthew chapter 5. In Matthew 5:7, it says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." The first four Beatitudes spoke about our relationship with God. The rest speak to our relationship with people. Now, interestingly, the Ten Commandments have the same structure. We are to show others mercy because God has shown us mercy. 1 John 3:17, "But whoever has this world's goods and see his brother in need and shuts up his heart for him, how does the love of God abide in him?" We've got to do more than simply pray, although prayer is a big thing. We've got to do more than simply say, "I care for you," and do nothing. Showing mercy is an action. Proverbs 14:21, "He who despises his neighbor sins, but he who has mercy on the poor, happy is he." Take a few minutes and we're going to read the piece out of Luke chapter 10. You've heard it before. It's the parable of the Good Samaritan. On one occasion, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law?" he replied. "How do you read it?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength, all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Those were the two parts of the law, the Shema and then the second one. "You answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this and you will live." But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" In reply, Jesus said, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and when he was attacked by robbers, they stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side." They considered that Samaritan unclean. "But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, poured on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. 'Look after him,' he said, 'and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have.' Now, which of these three do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell in the hands of the robbers?" The expert in the law replied, "The one who had mercy on him." Jesus told him, "Go and do likewise." Mercy is listed as one of the spiritual gifts. It's one of the things that some people have in more abundance than others simply because they're gifted by God to do it. But it's also something we can all do. And it's an action verb, and we need to look for the actions we can take. We hope you have a good day. Bye.